Today's Wednesday, April 19th. It is now 10:49 a.m. Central Time. The only trade of the past 2 days, the actual second trade of the week, believe it or not, was on Amazon here. And it was a small size. I just haven't been seeing a lot of these setups to confirm that this is the time to start sizing up. So it's been small size, and that's fine. Not a big deal. But here's the idea. Today, you look on the left-hand side of my screen, you got Amazon is up about 1.5%, Apple's up 0.6%, Nvidia's flat, and everything else is kind of red, but trying to come back up. It was worse early, trying to come back up. So, set the stage. Here's Amazon's 1 hour chart. I like to look at these a lot nowadays to set the stage. And what do I see? I see a strong stock. I see a stock that's trading up near the highs of this year. So I see strength, and that's good. If I'm going to trade the long side, I want to see strength over the past couple of weeks or days, whatever. The trend is generally up, right, on Amazon. And yeah, could you say that we're at resistance? Sure. But what I like to see is us up towards the highs, and I want to see a setup that breaks. I want to see a breakout. I want to see a level that was respected break. When that happens, then I like it. Then I want to play it. That's the trade. That's the only setup that I'm trading now. Upside and the same thing on the downside. It's just that we're strong here. We're not weak, so I'm not playing downside when we're strong, right? Even as much as it might look good for a pullback, a resistance rejection, I'm just not going to play it because it's not a high probability trade for me, just looking back through my data over the past couple months. So there's that. I go to the 1 hour chart. I start zooming in. I'm like, oh shoot, look at this. You got a test here and a test here. You got two 1 hour candles right there. The only problem is they're pretty big. Okay, but the good news is that we had the first 1 hour candle that got up to about this 103.50. That's that line across the screen. Then the second one came down a little bit more than halfway, but it pretty much came down, built a higher low relative to this. If it came down, went to the exact bottom here or lower, would that be the best setup to play the breakout? It's coming from a long way down, right? Probably gonna need some time to consolidate. That's how I see it, and it decreases the chance that that break is going to be clean, right? So I'm like, okay, this looks decent. I go to the 5-minute chart. Do we have confirmation on the 5-minute chart? So this is and then I'll take the trade based off the 5-minute chart. So it's looking at the 1 hour. Sometimes it's a 15-minute and even, 4 hour or daily charts. And then for the most part, I dive into the 5. To be honest, the 1 hour and the 5 are really all I need, I think. So then inside of here, I look for previous respect, or I look for respect, okay? So we obviously have the test that we had this morning. Then Amazon comes down. But what does it do? Trending. Then it came down, and what does it do? All these higher lows came down to this orange or yellow line. That's the 9 EMA. It's a gauge. It's a guide. Do I have to, play the 9 EMA like it's freaking the gospel? No. You know what I mean? I don't care. But what it is it's a level I can say, okay, higher lows. And if we're going to break here, we're consolidating right before the break. If we're going to break and we break down below this 9 EMA, I'll get out. So that allowed me to risk a level pretty cleanly and pretty easily. It's still going now. I'm all out at this point just because it got 25%. And I was like, hey, I'll take 25% and move on because of this week and just how things have been. Maybe today is the day that it changes our mind and we can start seeing really big runs. That's great. It tells me that maybe tomorrow, in the next couple of days, we can size up and play these longer. So this breaks out. I get in on this candle right here. It came down, didn't hold, held the 9 EMA, kind of got close to the stop loss. And then the next candle breaks through, pushes up, a nice push. And if I got in it at around 103.50, this candle was down around 103.18. This ended up coming up to around 103.25. That's where that 9 EMA was. Okay, I'm like, okay, 25-cent risk. I want to see 50-cent reward. We got to 104 and I took the profits, and that's it. So it was pretty straightforward, pretty simple. That was today's trade, and probably, unless something looks amazing, it's probably going to be the last one of the day. Just taking it super easy this week. There's not much to worry about because we had a lot of choppiness, and sometimes it's, the better trade is no trade. Tonight's dinner, 2 fat protein pancakes. These are the Kodiak Cake lemon, raspberry lemon, new flavor, freaking incredible. I put some blueberries on there, raspberries, blackberry, and strawberry. Also added a bunch of egg whites to the mixture, so this is just protein, just loaded. and we're gonna add some of this sugar-free syrup. Good morning. This morning, I was eating a bagel, I was eating some eggs, and my temporary fell out. If you remember last week's video, we went to the dentist and I had to get a temporary crown put in. Well, guess what? I swallowed it. It's gone. All of a sudden I just started drinking some water and I was like, ooh, that's really sensitive back there. Like, something doesn't seem right. Go look in the mirror, I'm like, huh. There used to be like a piece that was clearly different color than my tooth, and that's gone. And it's now like all the goop and stuff that's like on the base of whatever's left of the tooth. That's all that's left. So we have to make a last second run, an emergency run to the dentist today. Oh my goodness. We just raw dogged the dentist. So went in, they're like, that's that tooth in the back there. Went in, they're like, we're probably gonna need to numb. Let's just see how it feels. And I'm like, they're fucking around there. I'm like, it's sensitive, but maybe I can do it. And then they put the water, and then they blew like the air in there. Those are really sensitive, but I kind of stuck through it. Outside of that, blowing the air directly onto the spots, like that were essentially open holes in my teeth, it was not that bad. So we got that done. The second temporary is now on. Hopefully the second temporary holds on. But in the meantime, I'm not gonna eat, so I have like a little protein shake. I'm gonna have some liquid electrolytes and carbs and stuff. Then I'm gonna do a run. Market's been absolutely trash. We're just getting these choppy moves. Every time we gap down, we kind of inch back up, but we don't rip. Every time we go up, we dump or we kind of bleed down a bit. It's like, it's not even worth it. I've had like 3 trades this week. They were green. I'm gonna just leave it at that until we have a better trending market. It's not right now. That could change any day, so paying attention, watching that, but it could change on a dime, so be careful, be ready for it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take care of other things I gotta take care of, a couple things of work I gotta get done, emails, and then we're gonna hit a nice little run. Holy shit. I don't recommend running when it's 85, humid. Oh, there's bugs on me. Definitely was the hardest run that I've honestly probably ever done, because the last 2 miles felt like 30 miles, just beating down hot. It's not even like, it's kind of cloudy out. You see, like, sun was kind of breaking in and out of the clouds, but holy shit. I still beat Tuesday's time. Today's Thursday. I beat Tuesday's time by about 2.5 minutes, so I had to pace the average 30 seconds faster. So that's the point of these runs. That's great. I probably could have destroyed Tuesday if I did this run about 5 hours earlier. So live and learn. I'm the weather guy, right? I went to school for that stuff, so I should know this. And I know it's hot, but thought I could do it. Wanted to kind of test the waters. Like, yeah, it's 5 miles, and definitely gonna need to take water or just avoid doing these. If I know it's gonna be a hot day, it's gotta get done in the morning before the sun is up midday. So got it done, but holy shit. Talk about a week of absolute chop. Gonna finish this week here on the day trade account with literally down $63. And honestly, that was not, it didn't really take 10 trades. Some of them counted a little additionally with different ads and whatnot, but geez, man, it was a pretty shitty week if you ask me. There is one change I do want to talk about here. I got rid of the TSLL. So my Tesla exposure is now gone out of the Robinhood portfolio, like I think I said I was gonna do earlier in the video. It fell below the level that I want to see it, and then it closed below that. We can always get back in if it regains it relatively soon. Post earnings, like a little bit less risk. But I'm out for now. I took my like 40-ish% gain on the rest of the shares, and that's that. So the Robinhood portfolio is now on less margin, and it's got some more buying power if needed, just for hedges and whatnot. I'm probably not gonna add anything right now. Only thing that technically would make sense, because it would make more money, would be buying more JEPI if it stayed flat or went up, because of how much it costs in terms of margin, how much it would cost me versus how much the dividend would pay me. So yeah, I could, but I'm gonna leave it alone for now. If I have some more buying power and free up some more money somewhere else, or as time goes on, then I'll consider adding a little heavier into that one and just keep building that one up as time goes on. It is now Saturday, post 10-mile run around Lady Bird Lake, around essentially the entire river or lake that you want to call it that goes through downtown Austin. So that's a 10-mile loop, did that. I think next week we're upping it to 11 miles, then 12, so it's gonna start to increase from there. So this was technically, I broke it up into 2 periods because I accidentally turned off the run, like at 3 miles in. But it was 10 miles and it was technically, I think, 30 seconds faster than my fastest time. Even though I'm not really running these for speed, it's more so get the miles under the belt and get used to it and try to keep the heart rate pretty low, or as low as possible, without having to overexert. The way I kind of judge is it's more so by feel. So the first time I did it, I was destroyed by mile 10. I was like dying. The second time I did it, in terms of just fatigue, like legs were hurting a lot. Second time I did it, I was able to do 10, it hurt. And then, you know, it was okay, whatever, and not as sore the next day and whatnot. Today, I finished that 10. Okay, yes, initially, right, showered up, whatever, had to eat. And after that, like, I feel like I can go to the gym. I can go lift right now. So I feel great. I'm clearly getting used to the mileage, which is awesome. That's the whole purpose of this like first 10-week push. I'm kind of building it or breaking it into like 2 10 to 11 week cycles before the ultra marathon race that we have in November. So plenty of time. Just gonna get myself used to running because I'm just never used to running this type of distance. So that was the deal today. This also is the end of the week. So here is the results from this week's portfolio updates. Market, or at least positions that we held in the portfolio, were down a couple $100. So we dropped a little bit this week, but essentially stayed flat or roughly flat across day trades. Wasn't much on that front. And I think in the future, these videos are going to be, I'm gonna try to make them shorter. I know I kind of throw some stuff in there, but some of them can get pretty long. But the point or the intention is not going to be deep dives into the portfolios and into trades and stuff like that, even though there was some of that in the past 2 videos, the past 3 videos now. I'm gonna kind of limit that, and it will be more so like behind the scenes and also training focused, and then kind of P&L focused, right? Some takeaways there, but pretty simple stuff. And then if we got to do other videos or I want to talk more about that, that's on the live streams, and that could be other videos that are separate, from this series that we dive into. So that's the plan. If you guys are sticking around watching this video, thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate you. Hope these are fun. Hope these are helpful in some way and a little more entertaining than the old trading stocks $200,000 series and all that stuff. We're adding a new wrinkle in there, the whole trading for an ultra marathon, but at the same time, our eyes are still on the prize in terms of the financial goals as well. So thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.